When you send your child off to school, you put them in the care of others. This month's Hometown Hero has served a lifetime of making sure kids get to school and home at the end of the day safe and sound.
When I graduated, the first year out of school, I went to work at a machine shop at night. Helped my dad in the daytime. And we had 30, 40 cows them days. And my neighbor was right in town here working, and he called me up. He said, "You want to come to work with me at night?" So I did. Well, then we worked there 3-4 months, and CarGuard, which was their big order maker, burned down in Marinette. So we got laid off in February. Well, they called us back in the spring, but we were busy in the field, and we never went back. That fall, in September, a neighbor of mine called me up and said, "Bob, we need a bus driver down here." Oh, sounded good. So I went down there. To this day, I don't even know if I had an interview. I was just hired on the spot. And I started driving October 15th of '72 for 2 weeks for another driver, subbed. And then on November 1st of '72, I had my own route and been there ever since.
This is Bob Hanchek, and every school day for all of these years, he's been seen taking children to and from North Central area schools, a tight-knit community.
What's nice is to see, you get a little kindergartner, and they never been on a bus before, and they know the rules at a bus, kind of, but they like to get up and walk away, and you tell them come back and sit down. The next year and the years after, as they get bigger, they become young adults and they know the rules. And one nice thing with knowing everybody, and over the years, little Johnny or Mary, they come out of school at night with a note, "I gotta go to Grandma's house." No name of Grandma, but I know the Grandma. I know where they gotta go. I have places where I know if the car is not outside, I call Mom, "Where are you?" "I'll be there in a couple minutes." So I just wait till Mom gets there, then I let them off. It's the personal touch that we give when you're local.
With being responsible for so many children in this role, he takes safety seriously and recalls a time when lives were on the line.
It was the first day back to school in 2004, January 4th. It was a cloudy night, probably about 10 to 4 Central Time. And I pulled out of Kell Road, right up the road here. And when I pulled on the highway, my next stop was a 1/4 mile down the road, little Mahoney boys. One was, I think, 2nd grade. Joey and Trevor might have been kindergarten. And when I pulled out of Kell Road, I looked in my mirror, which a bus driver, I'm always looking at my mirrors all the time. I seen a truck behind me, way in the distance. And I couldn't make out what it was, but as it got closer, I pulled off the highway, had my lights on, and I kept looking in the mirror, and I said to myself, that truck is not going to stop. He was about 100 feet behind me, and he's still coming at 50 to 60 mile an hour. And the boys were in the stairwell already, and I grabbed them, pulled them back, shut the door, and I had a standard transmission them days. Threw it in second and pulled on the shoulder, and just as I got on the shoulder, the truck went by, sliding. He woke up. He was daydreaming. Lo and behold, a sheriff patrol car was right behind that truck. He already had radioed for an ambulance because he thought the truck was going to hit the bus. I got out of the way quick enough. There was about, I would say, 8 or 10 kids, all of my neighbors close to the farm, that were on the back of the bus, in the back end of the bus, that probably would have been killed, because a school bus is a tin can, a big tin can. It's the safest way to transport pupils, but when you get hit by a tandem boom truck from a railroad, it wouldn't stand a chance, eh?
Bob says he thinks about that night all the time.
All the time, especially when I go by the places right up here by the bulk plant where that happened. I think about it all the time. Oh yeah. And the little guys, the Trevor boys, their step-grandpa, thanked me numerous times for doing that, for saving them. You know, I don't know, they were just about to get off the bus, but he could have hit the bus and pushed them onto the kids. They could have been killed too. It's a coulda, shoulda, don't know.
But he's thankful for not knowing any other outcome than what happened. Bob says with being a bus driver, training is very regular, and there are words he once heard during a course that will always stick with him.
He says, as the kids get off the bus, I count them. And when they're on the driveway, I count them again to make sure I got the same number. That's stuck in my mind, and I still do that to this day. I count them. 3 get off, I want 3 over there. 1 gets off, I want to see them.
Bob has received awards for his acts of heroism, including American Legion's Hero of the Year at both the state and local level. And recently, Bob was recognized for 50 years of bus driving with a proclamation signed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist. He's the longest-standing bus driver in the state, but his days in this role are coming to an end. He plans on retiring soon. What are you going to miss the most about this gig?
All the kids. And I drive a lot of ball games in the fall and winter. I especially like to watch basketball, so I would do a lot of driving. Some of the girls at school, when it was snowy and icy, Bob, you can take that trip tonight. You know, they didn't care to, which I just took my time. But oh yeah, take them to the ball game, stop at McDonald's or wherever they would eat. They all liked that. I know one time I took the girls' basketball team to Crystal Falls, and when we came out to go home, there was 2 inches of fresh snow on the road. And from Crystal Falls home was 65 miles. 4 times I had to stop and clean the windshield wipers off. And when I got back to the school, the girls told me, "Thanks, Bob, for getting us home safe." And that's what really hits the heart, is when they appreciate it. But that's what a bus driver does. Get them there and get them home safe.